I'm Mark Doty, and I heard Gwendolyn Brooks read just once, late in her life, I believe, at the Dodge Festival in New Jersey. There was something startling about that presence on stage. A monument, a mother, fountainhead of so much that came after her, generous, rigorous in her work. After the reading, she moved out to a tent off to one side, and she was sitting at a table there, looking up with those large round glasses at the face of the person right in front of her. And there were, in fact, many people in that line. It went on and on. And I had something else to do. I went off and, I don't know, spoke on a panel or answered questions or something, and I came back an hour and a half later, and the line was just as long as it had been when I left. And I was curious about this, so I sort of walked around the side of the tent and looked a little bit over her shoulder, and I saw two things. One, that Miss Brooks wrote very slowly, and two, that she engaged each person in front of her with an open, curious expression and wanted to hear something about them. It's that connection to community, that attention to who was in front of her, to what she needed to witness, that made those poems matter so much to her audience. And those are the poems of hers I think we know best, but there's another side too, the experimentalist, the restless innovator who kept breaking and taking apart and remaking her poems. I want to read you a poem from that aspect of her work. It's from the 1960s. It comes in 4 sections, short ones. It's called The Second Sermon on the Warpland. 1. This is the urgency. Live and have your blooming in the noise of the whirlwind. 2. Salvage in the spin. Endorse the splendor splashes. Stylize the flawed utility. Prop a malign or failing light. But no, the whirlwind is our commonwealth. Not the easy man who rides above them all. Not the jumbo brigand. Not the pet bird of poets, that sweetest sonnet shall straddle the whirlwind. Nevertheless, live. 3. All about are the cold places. All about are the pushmen and jeopardy, theft. All about are the stormers and scramblers. But what must our season be, which starts from fear? Live and go out. Define and medicate the whirlwind. 4. The time cracks into furious flower. Lift its face, all unashamed, and sways in wicked grace. Whose half-black hands assemble oranges, is tom-tom-hearted, goes in bearing oranges and bloom. And there are bells for orphans, and red and shriek and sheen. A garbage man is dignified as any diplomat. Big Bessie's feet hurt like nobody's business, but she stands bigly under the unruly scrutiny, stands in the wild weed. In the wild weed, she is a citizen and is a moment of highest quality, admirable. It is lonesome, yes, for we are the last of the loud. Nevertheless, live. Conduct your blooming in the noise and whip of the whirlwind.